Okay, welcome back to Ayrton Senna Super Monaco GP2 Career Mode with me, the question mark, and we are on episode 27, I think, of this season now. We've got a bit of a problem here, the thing's not working, sorry about that. There we go. Select our rival. So we didn't beat the Ferrari last time, but we're going to go for the Ferrari team again, because I don't want to compromise my leading record over the Williams as we go into Monaco. This, I think, might be very difficult. We've had positive results so far this season, but I think this will be the point where we really do struggle. The key will be to not get too worried about it or upset about it. It is what it is. We can't expect great results from Monaco. So I say, try and finish saying as we continue with that. Just got to be philosophical about it. Except that if we get anything from it, it's a big bonus. If we don't get anything from it and crash out, then that's almost what's expected from me as well. And way down in the grid, 11th. So that's not going to help matters. We've been worse though. And Jeremy's on pole, so he's making it about as hard as he possibly can for us on this one. After this race though, we've got a couple of races that we're a bit happier with. And so I think we just have to take solace in that. Have to look forward to those. As you can see, I'm having major problems around those bends. Anyway, rival's only 5.5 seconds ahead of me, and that is the thing. This isn't like the absolutely most impossible thing ever to do, especially if you get a long way back. Oh, now it's gone wrong. And I think this is the problem. Like, avoiding collisions here is just too hard. Said anything we get from this, even a finish, is a bonus, but I'd like us to not just finish, I'd like us to get a point. I believe it can be done. Not if we keep driving like that. Down to 10th. Jeremy is 13 seconds ahead of us. Yeah, not the best. We work our way through it all again. Luckily, we reduced our speed enough to not crash out there. I think as so long as we're in the race, there's a chance of something. I think if we're just not in the race at all, then we know that's a full stop. Whereas at least, question mark, as faded as it might be, is still there at this point. Keep forgetting where the tricky corner is. It's there. That's better. Up to 9th. Rivals in 3rd. We probably will get challenged on the next race, which is why we've got to hope that Canada's not raining. Oh, I'm sorry, you're going to not get a lot of conversation from me in this one because I'm having to concentrate even just to provide the poor level of performance I'm currently providing. And we're in 8th. Unfortunately, we've not at all impacted the race of 6th position. which is why they are a very, very long way away from me. So we're in 7th. I think 6th position is so far ahead of me, it's unbelievable. And certainly Jeremy is miles and miles ahead of me. We're on the penultimate lap, so we can't hope to get a point. So we're going to finish in about the least satisfying place, which is just outside the points, which means these 6 laps, as valiant as they may have been me carrying on fighting for them, have ultimately meant nothing. Can't say I expected much more from this though. Because I've never been very good at this track. I feel like this last lap's pretty good actually. It's just a shame we couldn't have had more like it. It's going to be 7th. It's not a bad race by my standards, but I don't think Benetton will understand that, if I'm honest. This game's not known for its nuance. So Senna's now 13 points ahead of me. We are now joint 2nd in the championship with Jeremy. He's beaten us twice as well. I guess you did the best that you could, they say. Okay. We're past the 2 difficult races. It's now on to Canada, but Tyrant are challenging me. It's Bloom, who used to drive in this festival. And the rain is coming down. I did not want that in Canada. Just wanted it to be dry today. And as it's not, this could be a bit more tricky than I wish it to be. It's that turn. When it's raining, that turn is impossible for me to do. It's alright when it's not raining. I guess you have to admire the slight sophistication of this game for the time, given that rain did in fact affect the slipperiness of the track, and that they even included rain, frankly, as a potential option. Although I guess, given that this was the Ayrton Senna game, they kind of had to, didn't they? Right, 5th qualifying place. That's not bad, given that I really messed up that corner. So my rival's in 5th. I'm 4th. No, other way round. Oh no, that's not the first time I've done that. And this is where the season starts to really fall apart. When you crash in this race, a race I can win, you know you're in trouble. I'm a bit worried now. I do think Benetton might get rid of me. No, they didn't. But they are going to probably get rid of me if I lose again to the Tyrant team. And he is coming back to challenge me. So Bloom really is now up for getting his car back, or at least what he thinks is his car. In fact, he's even said, why don't you just give up? So we need to teach him a lesson here in Mexico. After crashing out of the Canadian Grand Prix, a race I really should be doing better in. It should be a chance to get myself back in the World Championship. Now we've really got to go some here in Mexico. What that does mean, though, for this episode, is we are going to cover 4 races on this episode, because we're also now going to do the French Grand Prix to make up for the fact that we crashed out of the Canadian Grand Prix. And so that's got to be a benefit, right? It's got to be a bonus for everyone. Also means I don't want to crash out of anything else, otherwise we'll definitely have a short episode this season. So, qualifying for the Mexico Grand Prix, we have finished 7th. Not the best. Right behind, tucked in behind Bloom. Here we go. I mean, I was feeling good about the first 3 races of the season, but the second 2 have been really poor. And they've kind of also meant that my performance in that 3rd race isn't as good as it was at the time. You know, at the time, finishing third at San Marino felt really good. Now, because I've done so poorly since, it just feels it's put it in new light, and it made it feel like not such a good result, or at least more of a neutral result than I considered it once we did it. And we've had a nightmare for that first lap. We have dropped all the way back to 14th. Our rival's 8.8 seconds ahead of us. We've got a lot of work to do here. Again, this is a race I can win if I get a decent start, or I get the rub of the green. And at the moment, I haven't had it. We're up to 10th, though. There's no time for kind of navel gazing and licking our wounds. We have got to make up for the poor finish and just absolutely go for it the rest of this race. Oh god, didn't like that. Right through the middle, up to 7th. 6.2 seconds behind the Tyrant of Bloom. 4 laps to go. Still plenty of time to right this wrong. But I want to do better than 4th, ideally. You know, I'd like to win this race. I'm not sure that's going to be possible. But we'll do what we can. Up to 6th. Quickly past that guy. .3 seconds behind Bloom. He's slowly being reeled in. Now down the long straight. At about the maximum speed we possibly can be at in this car. Right, we're going to try and take the outside line and then the inside line. That's exactly what we need to do. We've taken that about as well as we can. We're up into 5th. Rivals in 4th. He's just there. We've got a real opportunity now at least to beat him. And with 2 laps left, who knows? Maybe we can maximise what we get from this race with a very good finish. Gone past the Tyrant, take the inside line whilst we can. There is a car that is catchable that would put us up to 3rd if we could catch it. There it is. And again, I have to apologise. The commentary that I'm providing this time around is once again much more muted because I'm just super concentrated on what I'm doing, as I need to be if I'm going to do anything. I did a few trial runs whilst, you know, on the week off, just to see if not talking whilst playing was any better, and to be honest it wasn't much better, so I feel like I've probably just kind of used it as an excuse, but it does seem to affect me when we're recording, so we're going to say that that's one of the reasons we're having troubles. Okay, that was the last time through those little turns that could have caused me problems. Not going to now. We're going to finish 3rd. It's a better result, although obviously probably means that Senna still extends his lead in the championship to us. But we've beaten our rival, and that's better. Senna was indeed the winner. Jeremy finished 2nd, so we are in 3rd, but now on our own in 3rd. Whilst I don't think that the Williams is even on that leaderboard. So we did say we're going to do one more race. Let's just see what Bess will say to us before we continue. Keep up the good work, okay? We're going to France. And are we going to try and challenge the Williams this time around? You know what? I think we will. We're going to try and challenge the Williams. He's only got 6 points so far. This will probably be the race where he makes a stunning comeback. So the French Grand Prix isn't a race that I do terribly badly in. The terms that I'm couching my own performance in knows no bounds. There is no straight talking on this podcast when it comes to my own performance. And again, this is one of those tracks though where I felt like I had mastered that one corner. And I've forgotten again what it was that I'm supposed to do. This hasn't felt like a bad run so far. Keeping it at a very high pace all the way around. Fourth, and the best lap I've ever done, 52.93. I felt good about that lap, I really did. So we've got Dufay in pole position, as we expected. He's sort of upped his game for this race, having secured only 6 points prior to the 7th round of the championship. Hopefully, though, this gives us a chance to get closer to Senna. Don't know. We're up into the lead. Somehow we glided past the other cars around that corner. We're up into first. Senna's gone back ahead of us, or someone's gone back ahead of us. The second place car is me, and then in third is my rival. Right, we cannot avoid to hit another car. So we drop down the order thanks to that collision. We're in the lead very briefly, and then they start to swarm from behind, which is not something I'm comfortable with on this game, as we all know. Fourth place, then chicane, then another quick right-hander, and we're up into third again. Our rival's in first, so that might mean that car that we've just overtaken is not Senna, and I'd be happy if it wasn't, because this would then represent a chance to get back up the order. We have a problem here. We probably will fall foul to it. I dealt with that turn then, knowing that if I smashed into second place, that would probably be more damaging than what I did. So I took the lesser of the two evils. But I'm still not comfortable, because this guy's really quite close to me. Fourth place driver. Here we go though, through the fast part of the track for me. There are the two leaders. I'm going to try and sneak in behind this guy and go through the middle. Oh, we've hit the Williams, lovely. The Williams has bounced off behind us and fallen down to 3.7 seconds behind us. We're back in the lead of the race, back ahead of our rival. This is going to be tricky though. Do not like this. Back down to second we are. Just about got away with the poor turning there, but here comes first. Here he comes again. Keep the inside line on that turn. Oh, he's buzzing right behind me. This is one of those things which is very dangerous. Right there. Just about stay in front of him there. Another chicane, then the right-hander. Now we start to make a bit of a gap, and we've done it. We've got the gap even to first place. That was our best ever lap we just did. And again, felt like a good one. Okay. Positive, but still 3 laps to go. Loads of work to do before we can start celebrating this one. Yep, that was very much one where I had to stay quiet through that period now, as I had to make sure of that turn that time around. That is the kind of thing that has me conspiring against myself, hitting the tyre wall. Not clever. But we've got more of a gap than we did on the first place this time last lap, and we're coming into the bit where I'm fastest. No one can touch me for speed. And so we've increased that gap again. 2 laps to go. There's genuine nerves here, because a win here could genuinely finish this episode on a positive note. It's not been the most positive of episodes. This would be a very good way to end it. That was better. I'm hoping that it's not second place Senna. I'm hoping it's the Ferrari in second or something. But he did overtake the Williams, so I think it probably is him. Probably is Senna. But who knows? Could be anyone, I guess. If the Williams has got to default to second place when you're up against them, then I guess it could be anyone. Final lap of the race then. Plenty of a gap over second place. took it even better that time. Very pleased with that. This is the last lap. So we should be good now. We should be able to be sure of a win and of 10 championship points. Just going to see this through. Got to be honest, I'm feeling fatigued today. I think it's just the adrenaline going into this one. A win. Second win of the season following America. Senna was second though, which is disappointing. We're back within 5 points of Jeremy though. 21 points up to Senna. So lots of good results are required before we can hope to overtake him. Way to look out there. Save that one. That is the end of episode 27 of this epic career mode for Ayrton Senna Super Monaco GP2. We'll catch you next time. If you've not already done so, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and see you then.